So let's talk about Twisters. This is a movie about the path of self-discovery, the cold terrorism, and the charm of romance amid disaster. This is a movie about redemption, friendship, and many tornadoes. So Twisters is a sequel to the 1996 movie Twister, and really, that's where most of the correlation ends. I mean, sure, it's the same world, they're still chasing and running from tornadoes, and the story has a similar premise. But at the end of the day, you don't have to have seen Twister to understand Twisters, so you can stop worrying about that. Now, our protagonist is meteorologist and tornado chaser Kate Cooper. Kate believes that she has developed a formula that can destroy tornadoes. So the movie starts, and Kate and her friends are driving into a live tornado in order to test that this formula works. Spoiler, it doesn't work. So you know what this means. They are screwed. They're stuck in the middle of a tornado and they're very much in danger. In the aftermath, Kate survives, but sadly, 3 of her friends die, and it's very sad. Fast forward to 5 years later, and Kate is riddled with guilt and has abandoned her tornado chasing past. So what will she do when she's asked to step up and chase tornadoes again in the name of saving lives? I found the character Kate to be quite enjoyable. I mean, yes, we have seen this before. Super smart or powerful protagonist who must now get over that guilt in order to once again save the day. It's the cliche of all cliches, you know? But somehow, no matter how many times we've seen it, it's still enjoyable. Then I found the character of Tyler Owens a bit odd. Maybe not the character himself was odd, but the character development was a bit odd. Quite abrupt, I would say. One moment, he's this obnoxious, storm-chasing YouTuber who seems to really annoy Kate. Then the switch came like a flash, with no build-up whatsoever. He's now this great guy, full of substance and depth. I mean, I know you mustn't judge a book by its cover, but it felt a bit ridiculous to me. I am very much for the development of characters as the movie progresses, but I've never found it so sudden. Although the romance between Kate and Tyler was clear from his first charming smile, and how helplessly drawn she was to him even though she tried to hide it. He'd say something charming and slightly obnoxious, and she'd respond with something sharp and very witty in return. The stuff of PG Hollywood romance, I tell you. In fact, it did seem like they were trying very hard to keep it PG. I wouldn't say that it was disappointing, but it did leave you feeling like something was left unresolved. I mean, they didn't even kiss. They implied romance, but at the end of the day, it felt like maybe 5 more dates are needed. Then Harvey was an interesting character. So essentially Harvey was using his meteorology skills to predict tornadoes, then he would sell the data in order to profit from the destruction it causes. But now he's put in a position where he has to choose between money and saving lives. And you can imagine how that goes down. Ultimately, it was very obvious that Harvey was in love with Kate, but he was competing against this guy, and she chose him. Shocker. So now, when all is said and done, Kate is now ready to put her tornado-chasing cape back on. With the help of Tyler, they are now faced by what I would call the mother of all tornadoes. So instead of driving into it, they decide to turn back the truck and go help evacuate the town, because that's more important, right? At that moment, I felt that something was a bit amiss, because the whole movie has been building up to Kate finally killing one of these things. So abandoning the mission now just didn't make sense. But I should have known it was a ruse. A ruse set up a moment of pure Hollywood magic. So now, the town is at its peril. Destruction is imminent. But Kate thinks otherwise. So Kate jumps into the van with her tornado formula at the back, and she decides she is going to play hero. She drives straight into the tornado, releases her formula, and as the cast is about to accept the inevitable perish, the tornado dissipates. Kate has saved the day. At the end of the day, it was a good movie. I mean, it wasn't amazing. Like, I definitely won't think about it beyond this week. Although, to see a group of scientists and YouTubers fighting a tornado was worth the 2 hours. And the visuals were quite amazing. Humongous tornadoes were forming, people were flying, buildings were falling, cars were toppling. It was oddly refreshing, you know? It was visually appealing, but never did I feel like it was too much. So, all in all, I'll rate this movie a 5 out of 10. So if you're looking for an entertaining film to watch with the family, I definitely recommend this one.